Well, everybody, welcome to another Grandpa Sports TV, and we are still out here in Grain Valley for the Grain Valley Sonic Showdown here at Grain Valley Middle School. And tonight it's going to be the Odessa Bulldogs with the red uniforms, white numbers, and Staley Falcons here with the white uniforms and green numbers. And we are ready to tip it off here. And looks like Staley is going to control the ball. Both of these teams losers in the first round. Ball on the floor, and Brian Young is going to go down for it, as well as Dakota Graham. It looks like it's going to be a tie ball, and the arrow shows over to Odessa, so they're going to have the first try. Graham looks like a fairly tall boy. Don't have any listing, but it looks like he should go at least 6'3", 6'4". Odessa's going to play it in from out of bounds. And a really nice drive and a basket by Caleb Bennett. And Odessa's going to score the first 2 points of the game here. That was number 23. Going to get it inside to Michael Brinkmeyer. He tries to go with the left hand, but can't make it work. An Odessa player down on the floor. And I think that's going to be traveling on the Odessa player. Starting here tonight for Staley is going to be Nathan Fulkerson, Brian Young, John Hatfield, Michael Brinkmeyer, and Zach Riley. Zach brings it over to this side, tries to get in Brian Young, and Brian's going to step out of bounds, and that's going to turn the ball over. And here with about 1 minute and 10 seconds played already, we've probably had 2 or 3 turnovers on each team. No score yet. 6:45 to play. I'm sorry, there is a score. Odessa is ahead 2-0. Zach's going to come all the way. Lay it up with the left hand. Doesn't fall, but he will get fouled. And Zach's going to be going to the line here shooting at 1-1. I'm sorry, shooting 2. Off the heel of the rim, no good. Second one will go in for Zach Riley. Nice fake and a move and a jump shot by Caleb Bennett. Got a foul on a Staley player, but I didn't get the number unless it was 0 Brinkmeyer. And that will be a foul on Michael Brinkmeyer there, as the referee says he was holding him.
Actually got 3 fouls, and I don't know what
Inside to J.W. McGraw, and now it's going to be 4-1 Odessa with just a little over 6:10 to play here in the first quarter. Nathan Fulkerson with a shot, doesn't draw no iron, and Odessa comes away with it. And a good drive again by Dakota Graham. 6-1 now. Staley off to a cold start. Zach Riley with a 3, and it's short off the edge of the rim. Hatfield comes up with it. There's Nathan Fulkerson with the shot again. He's going to get whacked on the arm, I think, before it was ever put up. It wouldn't have counted even if it had been any good. But Nathan's going to be going to the line and shooting 2. Rattles around, but it falls. It's going to make it 6-2. Tyler Nugent's going to check in. Michael Brinkmeyer is going to sit down. I think he's got 2 fouls already, so he's probably going to be out for a little bit. And the second one falls. (6-3), 5:20 to play here in the first quarter. And Zach's going to come up with the steal into Brian Young and the layup. And we are back in the game now, 6-5 for Staley. Staley with their man-to-man defense, try to get it inside. And it was knocked away by Tyler Nugent. Odessa with another shot. Staley with the rebound. Going to go inside to Tyler. Can't control it very well. And they kick it back out to Hatfield. And Hatfield way off. But Brian Young comes away with it. Hatfield again inside the free throw lane. But man, the bucket is covered up for Hatfield tonight so far. One of Staley's most consistent shooters. But the lid's on there for right now. Odessa with some pretty good speed, and they're going to call traveling on Caleb Bennett. And that'll turn it over to Staley. We got 4:01 to play. Odessa with a 1-point lead, 6-5. Swing it over to the other side. Into Nathan Fulkerson. Off the rim again. Not much arch. It went right over the top of the rim. Odessa comes away with it. There's a nice little set shot by Caden Leah. 8-5 now. Inside to Tyler. And they're going to call traveling on Nathan Fulkerson. And we're going to have a timeout by the Odessa coach, Flip Kurtner. And we'll be back here in just a little bit right after this timeout. We'll resume play here now in the first quarter. 3:16 to go. Odessa with a 3-point lead, 8-5. Trevor Lamb has checked in. And that's going to be a 2-pointer for Caden Lee. 2-pointer, I believe. 10-5. Odessa. There's Zach with a shot, and it will fall. Now there's a 3 try, and it's going to be blocked by Tyler Nugent. Staley comes away with it, kick it out here to Trevor, and here's a 3 try from Trevor. Catches the front edge. Brian Young with the rebound, out to Zach, back into Tyler Nugent, and it's going to lose control of the ball, and Odessa comes away. And a full court drive by Jay Baugh, but he loses control as he gets down to the goal. But it's going to be their ball out of bounds. Might have been tipped away by a Staley player. There's a 3 attempt by Kobe Nichols. Zach with a left-hander, but it doesn't fall. But Zach will be going to the line, shooting 2. 1:51 to play. Odessa with a 3-point lead, 10-7. Zach gets the first one. That'll be 10-8. He can get it down to 1 point here. There's the second one, and we are down to 1 point. And we've got 1 minute and 48 to go here in this first quarter. And then I think they are going to call a foul on John Hatfield. Looks like Jody Kraft's up. He's going to check in.
John Kraft.
Oh, should be Jody. And Hatfield looks like he's going to sit down for a little bit.
Foul on him.
And a try there by Caden Lee, but he is going to get fouled in the act, so he's going to be going to the line now to shoot 2.
Well, see, free throws, but when he's not people guarding, doing all kinds of things.
Caden's going to make the first one, get it back up to 2 points. And that one's going to fall after it dribbles around on the top of the rim and finally drops in there. And now Odessa coming with a... And the coach is going to call a timeout, as it looks like he was all tied up and wasn't going to be able to get rid of it. So the coach calls a timeout, and we are going to take one ourselves. We'll be back in a little bit. Okay, it's going to be Staley ball on the baseline. Odessa's still in this full court press. Jody's going to get it over to Zach. Zach back to Jody. Jody's going right to the free throw line, just about. Had steps on him, puts up a shot and misses, and Odessa away with it. 3-point lead. Jody Kraft with it, and he's going to be fouled. And they're going to call traveling on Jody. Nathan Fulkerson checks back in, and Tyler Nugent's going to sit down and watch for a little bit. Coach Wheeler kind of running them in and out here, trying to keep them fresh. We're going to be playing 3 times this week, so. Oh, a block there, I think, by Brian Young. And that's going to be a reaching in foul on number 3 for Odessa, Caleb Lee. Odessa now in a zone defense. Staley kind of puzzled there for a little bit, it looks like, trying to figure out what they're going to do with this. And we are down to like 30 seconds. I'll make that 25. Jody wants to look for a 3, no good. Out to Trevor. And Zach looks like he's going to hold it, and they're going to go for the last shot here in the first quarter. We're down to 15 seconds now. 7-6, and Zach makes a drive. And they're going to call a jump ball in the possession arrow. I think that was Zach Shaw on that grab. And, well, they changed the call here. I don't know what. Brian Young, Zach, 2.5. Ball's going to get knocked away. And we can't get it up. And your score here at the end of the first quarter is going to be the Odessa Bulldogs 12 and the Staley Falcons 9. We'll be back here with the we'll be back with second quarter play in just a minute. Okay, we're ready to start with second quarter play. Odessa with the ball. And a 3-point lead, 12-9. Staley in the man-to-man. Number 32 wants to go inside. I'm going to get it ahead to Trevor Lamb, and it will fall in. Give that 2 points to Trevor Lamb. Pass from Jody Kraft to Trevor, and a nice layup. And now it's a 1-point game here. In the second quarter, Odessa still with the lead and have led the whole game. There's a shot by Odessa, no good. Zach Riley with the rebound. Staley running a little bit tonight. And I don't know that I've seen that a lot in some of the games that we've seen this year. Going to be Staley ball out of bounds. And it looks like Xavier Smith comes in. Jody's going to sit down. They are rotating the guards quite a bit. And there's a 3 try by Xavier, but no good. Oh, Xavier with a steal and the layup, and he misses layup. Nice steal by Xavier, he just couldn't finish it. Blocked by Trevor Lamb. Zach's going to drive all the way, gets it into Xavier. Xavier misses, rebounds, and puts it back up. 2 for Xavier. And Staley now with the first lead here. And there's a 3, but no good. Zach Riley with the rebound. Zach's going to kick it off to Brian Young. Back to Zach. And that's going to put Staley up 15-12 here with 6:12. And Coach Flip Courier wants to talk to the boys and say, hey, we got to start playing some defense down here. And they're going to call a timeout and talk it over. And we'll be right back, folks, after this timeout. Once again, Staley in the lead, 15-12 with 6:12 to play. All right, here we go with 6:12 to play in the second quarter. Odessa with the ball. Staley with a 3-point lead. Staley still in the man-to-man. And it's going to be a traveling call on Caden Lee. Staley ball out of bounds. Zach Riley into Jody Kraft. Jody will bring it up court. Kicks it over to Trevor. Brian Young in the corner. Inside to Zach. Zach got bumped. And must have been touched by an Odessa player. Once again out of bounds. Looked like off J.W. McGraw. Staley ball. Brian over here in the corner as they overload one side. Zach with another shot off the front of the rim. Nathan Fulkerson has to get a hold of it. Jody Kraft kicks it over to Trevor. Trevor back to Zach. Zach right inside. And 2 more for Zach. That's going to be 6 points for Zach Riley. Oh, I'm sorry, 9 points for Zach. I forgot about the free throws. Staley now with a 5-point lead, and there's a 3 try, but it is way over. Rebound and the putback by Colby Nichols. Yeah, I think that's a foul on Jody Kraft, I think's what they called. And Colby's going to the line, and he will sink the first one. Colby Nichols. .454 to play, and Colby is going to sink the next one. Boy, and Zach Riley's going to get a rest as we got Chad Hall is checked in. Odessa still coming with the full court press. Trevor Lamb finally turns around and dribbles and breaks the press. Here's Brian Young on the baseline. He's going to get tied up, and he's trying to get rid of the ball. And I think they're going to call a pushing foul on Brian Young, which they are. The ball will go over to Odessa now. A 3-point lead for Staley. 4:35 to play. Brian Young was going for the passing lane there, and he got a hand on it just a little bit quicker. He could have been gone down court with it for a layup, but just got it with his hand, couldn't control it. And I think that's going to be a foul on Chad Hall, number 15.
They've got lots of fouls tonight.
That's 18 fouls on Staley, so 8. So J.W. McGraw can be going to the line here shooting a 1-and-1. Man, it hits a dead spot back there between the backboard and the gold and stops and then just falls in. But they still count, no matter what. Second one's up and in. 1-point game now. No, we got 2. Trevor out front here with Xavier Smith. They kick it over to Brian Young. Inside to Chad Hall. Back out. Kick it out to Xavier. Over to Trevor. Odessa still in this zone defense. Staley trying to get it inside. And the ball is going to be stolen by number 3. But they're going to call a foul on Brian Young, number 20, for reaching in and slapping him on the arm. And once again, Caden Lee is going to be going to the foul line. Shooting a 1-and-1. And it's good, and we are tied up again. Second one's up and through. Odessa back with the lead now, 18-17, 3:50 to play. Nathan Fulkerson. Staley goes back ahead, 19-18. Brian Young's going to fall down, and Dakota Graham is going to drive to the basket with an easy layup, and he's going to put Odessa back ahead now, 20-19. Nathan kicks it over to Xavier, and I think that is partially blocked, but Brian Young is going to come away with it. Back inside to Nathan Fulkerson, and a nice shot by Nathan. And a good pass from Brian Young to get it inside. Odessa working around the outside and the drive, and the shot by Caleb Lee, but it doesn't have a lot of arch, went straight over the rim. And there's Zach Riley for 2. Zach with 11 points here already before halftime, and we are just under 2 minutes. And Staley now with a 3-point lead. And they get it into the big guy. Dakota Graham with just a little turnaround spinning shot. And it's a 1 point. Zach tries to get it into Nathan Fulkerson. Can't do it, but he's going to get the ball back as he takes it away. Brian Young with a shot. And Zach Riley going to put it back up again. Zach is the man here so far in the first half. And I think we're going to have a pushing foul on Zach Riley. And I think J.W. McGraw is going to be going to the line. Staley with 10 team fouls in the first half here, and we've still got 1:20 to play. Odessa only has 4 team fouls. Staley with a 3-point lead, 25-20. And McGraw here can cut that down. And he does. (25-23), 1:20 to play. Excuse me. Get it over to Zach over here on the sideline. Jody with a 3 try, and he will make it. Jody Kraft with a 3-pointer. 28-23 now. .37 seconds to go here. 35. Staley comes out and starts playing up defense on him. It was almost a 5-second play. I don't know if he stepped out of bounds or what happened, but the ball is going to go back over to Staley with 29 seconds to play here in the half. And Staley looks like they're going to try and play for the last shot as Trevor kind of holds on to it to kick it over to Zach, over to Jody. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Going to kick it to Brian Young in the corner, back to Zach. Zach's going to have to shoot it. Jody with another shot, but it's not going to be any good. When he got the ball, there was under a second to play, and he had to really hurry the shot. But here's going to be your score after your 2 quarters of play. It's going to be Staley 28, Odessa 23. We'll be back with second half action here in just a little bit, but let's recap the scoring here for the first half. Of course, like I say, Zach Riley, the man here in the first half. He's got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Looks like 13 points. Nathan Fulkerson's got 4, 6. Jody Kraft with 3. Brian Young 2. Xavier Smith 2. And Trevor Lamb's got 2 for the Odessa Bulldogs. It looks like Caden Lee has got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. McGraw has got 2, 4, 5, 6. Caleb Bennett 2. Dakota Graham 6. And I think Colby Nichols has got 2 free throws. That's going to be your scoring for the first half. A really close contested game so far. And we'll be back with second half play here in just a minute. Okay, here we go with the second half. Once again, Staley with a 5-point lead here to start the second half, but Odessa with the ball. Looking inside, wanting to get into the big boy. And it's going to be a forced turnover, it looks like. Ball out of bounds over to Staley. Boy, they were looking inside to Colby Nichols. Michael Brinkmeyer with the ball, and he's going to get tied up, and they're going to call a jump ball, but the arrow stays with Staley. So Staley will have the ball out of bounds.
I doubt it. We usually do, but if they
Starting lineup here for the half is going to be Nathan Fulkerson, Zach Riley, John Hatfield with the ball. They get it into Fulkerson, but he can't get it to drop. Ball's on the floor. Brian Young also, Michael Brinkmeyer. I think that's your starting five, and I think they're going to call a traveling call. And the ball goes to Odessa. Dakota Graham with it, trying to get somebody to break or move. Graham in the corner. And Brinkmeyer is going to get a hand in on it.
they win tonight, do they play Saturday?
Yeah, they will anyway. Yeah. No matter who wins this game, they'll still be in a game Saturday. Loser will play for 7th and 8th. The winner will play for 5th or 6th. And we've got a foul on Staley. Odessa ball out of bounds. We have no public address system at these games, so you don't know for sure who it is. It's just sort of a guess. Zach gets a hand on that, knocks it back out of bounds. Odessa still trying to get it inside. And Brian Young is going to knock that ball away from J.W. McGraw, I believe. And don't know how Staley ends up with the ball out of bounds, whether they just stopped play because he was down or what happened. Brian over in the corner trying to get it into Michael Brinkmeyer. And it's going to be a reaching in foul on us. Going to be on Nathan Fulkerson, I believe, number 10. And Staley with 2 team fouls already here in the second half. Try to go inside, and Hatfield knocks it away. Zach down court, and he's going to be fouled by Zach Shaw. And Zach's going to be going to the line already with number 11.
And Zach has got 2 points, so 13.
Zach already with 13 points for the first half, and here's this, whoops, no it isn't. I swear that ball looked like it was over halfway in and then rattled around and bounced out. 6:11 to play. Staley was still that 5-point lead. There's Zach's first point of the second half. That'll give him 14. That's the first point of the second half. Odessa moving it around the outer edge, and they're going to call Zach Riley for a foul. Team foul 3. And that's going to be Zach's second foul. Colby Nichols drove it down around the baseline and wanted to get it off, I think, to J.W. McGraw, but a Staley player got a hand in there and knocked it out of bounds. Now they go inside to McGraw, and I think they're going to call a foul on Nathan Fulkerson, and that is going to be 2 on Nathan. Non-shooting foul, so Odessa plays it in. They got it inside, but didn't exactly know what to do with it. Brian Young's going to drive all the way, and he's going to lay it up, but get called for a charging foul on Brian Young. And that's 3 fouls on Brian also. So Staley with a few players here in a little bit of foul trouble. And that's going to be another foul on Brian Young for reaching in. Now Brian all of a sudden with 4 fouls. And Odessa's going to throw it away. Anytime you anticipate where you think a player might be, usually they are. Now the scoreboard says 2 fouls on Brian Young.
Honey, this is for the entire game.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Hatfield dribbles into the free throw line, kicks it out to Zach. Zach with a long 3. And they're going to call that off of Odessa as Michael Brinkmeyer was down there playing some good defense. Forced that turnover.
Come on, guard here.
Hatfield on the corner. Inside to Nathan Fulkerson. Ball gets tipped, but Staley gets control. And that's going to be a foul on number 15, Jay Ball, as he was pushing off or sticking out his arm. Coach Kurtner doesn't like the call, but don't think it's going to do him any good, as referees very seldom change their mind. And we don't have instant replay. Inside to Michael Brinkmeyer, and man, what a play. Michael Brinkmeyer uses that size and weight to his advantage as he gets under the defensive player. Nice play inside to Jay Ball, but he can't drop it. Staley's going to come away with it. Staley now with an 8-point lead, 31-23, just under 4 minutes, 3 minutes and 50 seconds to play. Nathan Fulkerson into Michael Brinkmeyer, and that's going to be a foul on, I think, 32. We'll see. Number 11. Zach Shaw. Michael at the line, and he's going to make the first one. That's going to make it 9 points now for Staley. Look at here.
I know, isn't that a little bit?
There's Michael with his second shot, and it's up and in. Now it's a 10-point lead. 3:40 to play. There's a 2. It's going to hit that rim and go out of bounds, and I think that's going to be off Michael Brinkmeyer, and it's going to be Odessa ball out of bounds. I'm going to get it into Dakota Graham, and they're going to call a foul on Zach Riley, and I believe that's going to be, yeah, that's going to be 3 fouls on Zach. And it's going to be a traveling call on McGraw. Odessa kind of getting in a little trouble here with turnovers. Hatfield's going to drive it all the way, kick it over to Brian Young, to Fulkerson, or Nugent, to Michael Brinkmeyer. That's going to be 4 points for Michael Brinkmeyer. And we're under 3 minutes here in the third quarter, and Staley now with a 12-point lead. And looks like Brinkmeyer is going to step in the passing lane and steal that away. And it's inside once again to Brinkmeyer. And Brinkmeyer is going to get knocked down, no foul. And Tyler Nugent with the ball, and it gets slapped out of his hand, out of bounds, but it's going to be Staley ball. Huh? Staley swings it over to the far side. Trevor Lamb takes a look. And I think we're going to have 3 seconds, or is it a foul? It's a foul on number 32. That's Tyler Nugent. His first foul. 32. 2:07. That's going to be a foul on Trevor Lamb. And here still in the third quarter, Staley with 17 fouls. And that's going to be a second foul on Trevor. So that is going to send Skylar Jackson to the line here. Shooting a 1-and-1, and he's going to knock down the first one. Second one's up. Skylar drops it. 35-25. Staley with a 10-point lead. Xavier Smith in. Gets the ball knocked away. And Odessa right back with it. That's going to get it down to 8 points. And that's going to be off of Michael Brinkmeyer.
Go, Red! Come on!
Odessa swinging it around on the outside. Can't seem to get into that inside to where they want to with them big boys. Tried a bounce pass inside and it got taken away. Tyler Nugent coming down with it. But Odessa player, I believe that was Caleb Bennett, come from behind, caught him and swatted, but knocked it out of bounds. And we are just about down to a minute to go here in the third quarter. Trevor tried to get it inside, but it's somebody playing the passing lane. We're down to 50 seconds here in the third quarter to go. Staley with an 8-point lead, and Odessa can cut it to 5 or 6. And they go with the big boy, Dakota Graham, and they do get it down to 6 points now. 3 Odessa players make a run on Trevor, but he gets it away. 25 seconds. Hatfield out front with the ball. He's going to hold it until they come out and get close enough to start the count. Nice play. Trevor to Tyler Nugent inside to Michael Brinkmeyer, and I think that's going to be 7 points for Michael Brinkmeyer. And Caleb Bennett is going to make that just right here before the third quarter ends. And I think they're going to call that a 3-point play.
Are they?
As your score here, as the third quarter ends, is going to be Staley Falcons 37 and the Odessa Bulldogs 32. We'll be back with fourth quarter play here in just a second. Well, here we go with the fourth and final quarter. Staley with a 5-point lead, and momentum pretty well shifted over to the Odessa Bulldogs. Tyler trying to get it into Brian Young, and a diving play there, I believe, by Caleb Bennett. And it's going to be out of bounds, be Staley ball. Tyler's going to come out. Trevor Lamb goes back in. And they're going to kick it out here to Hatfield. He takes it over to Jody Kraft to swing it back around, back over to Jody.
Right.
Looks like Staley definitely trying to get inside. Gonna go inside to Michael Brinkmeyer, but it's gonna be blocked by the big boy, Dakota Graham, but he steps out of bounds and gets control of the ball, but when he comes down, his feet are out of bounds. Here's John Hatfield, and that's going to be a 3. And we are back, or I'm sorry, we are up to 8 points now. 8-point lead for Staley, 7:07 to play. There's Hatfield. He gets a hand in there, and he will get control. But he messes it, but it's going to be Trevor Lamb with the rebound and the putback. Trevor now with 4 points. Ten-point lead again for Staley. 6:30 to play. And Michael Brinkmeyer is going to get the foul on that, as he definitely had a hold of Dakota Graham's arm. Dakota wasn't going anywhere because Michael had a hold of it. That's going to be Brinkmeyer's third foul. Staley with 19 fouls. Odessa still with only 5. Dakota at the line. First one's no good. Zach Riley with the rebound. Jody heads into the lane, kicks it out to Zach. Hatfield with the rebound, now back to Zach. I'm gonna kick it over to Jody Kraft, and he is open. Can't drop it. And Coach Wheeler is going to call a timeout, as you could see that the boys were in a little bit of trouble, and kind of get things under control and give everybody a breather. We've got 5:59 to go. Staley with a 10-point lead. We'll be back in a minute. Here we go with the final 6 minutes. Staley plays the ball in. Jody's going to drive the lane. I'd call that a finger roll, but just a short little jump shot, I guess. And now it's 12-point lead for Staley. Shot from the corner, Jody Kraft with the rebound. Hatfield in the corner, back to Jody Kraft. Zach, Trevor Lamb. Trevor's going to give it a try down that free throw lane. He's going to get fouled, and Trevor be going to the line here for 2 shots. 12-point lead for Staley with 5:17 to play. Up and over to the side for Trevor. Trevor's got 4 points so far.
Jody's got 5.
In and out. And JW is going to make a drive down through the lane, and now he will get fouled and go to the line. Was that on Michael Brinkmeyer? That's 4 for Michael. JW made the first one, I'm sorry. I think they're going to say that it was off of Hatfield. It's going to be Odessa ball here on the baseline. Michael Brinkmeyer is going to come out. Tyler Nugent comes in. Adds a little height back to the lineup. Tyler is 6'4", and I believe Brinkmeyer is 6'2". And a block by Tyler Nugent on the defense. Tyler into Trevor Lamb, and Trevor is going to get that boy right under the basket. Nice play. Tyler Nugent with a great pass to Trevor Lamb right under the basket. And there's going to be a pushing call, I think, on Dakota Graham. No, going to be the other way here. Dakota Graham is going to be at the free throw line, and that is going to be a foul. As soon as the scoreboard tells us who it is, I'll tell you. It's going to be on Tyler Nugent, his second. First one up by Dakota. It's in and out. No good. Second one's up off the front of the rim. Zach Riley with the rebound. That's going to be a foul on number 15, but that's only the 6th team foul, so it'll be no, yes they are going to the, Jody Kraft's going to be going to the line. Off the front, no good. Staley still with a 13-point lead. Here's a 3 try, of which Odessa's going to have to start trying a few of those. And McGraw goes down hard, but he bounces right back up off the floor. Odessa with the full court pass, full court pressure. Staley was just a little bit lackadaisical on that play. Going to get it over to Trevor. Trevor tries a shot, no good. Odessa's going to come away with it. A layup try, no good. Trevor Lamb comes away with it. Steal by Jay Baugh. Shot, no good. No, I don't think so. Yeah, it's going to be a Trevor Lamb. That's his 2nd team foul. Actually, it says 3. 3 fouls on Trevor. And that's the freshman, Colby Nichols, and he will make the first one. And that gets it back to 10 points, 3:33 to play. There's the second one, in and out. Zach Riley with the rebound. Coach Wheeler wants a timeout. Looks like he thought maybe there might be a little bit of indecision, I think, on what the play they wanted to set up or what they were going to do. So Coach Wheeler calls a timeout. We're going to take one too. We'll be back in just a minute. Okay, 3:23 to go. Staley with the ball and a 10-point lead. And get it inside to Zach Riley, and Zach is going to get his more points here in the second half. I think Zach's got 5 points in the second half. Had like 11 in the first half. There's a shot, but it's short. A rebound by Dakota Graham, and he will be fouled. 2:51 to go. Staley with the 12-point lead. Dakota Graham at the line here, try and cut it down to 10.
32, that was
Foul was on Tyler Nugent. Tyler's going to come out. It looks like Nathan Fulkerson is going to come in. Yes, he did get the first one. Dakota puts it up, and it will fall. Odessa naturally in a full court press. They get it into Trevor Lamb, and Trevor is going to break it. Ball just about stolen away from Jody, but he maintains control. Get it over to Nathan Fulkerson. And Coach Wheeler wants to talk to him again about maybe how they're handling this ball with this trapping defense that Odessa is throwing at him right now. Going to talk to the boys again, and we're going to catch our breath again. We'll be back in a minute. Okay, here we go. 2:32 to play. Staley with the ball. 10-point lead. That's going to be a foul on number 22. Skylar Jackson, and it looks like Jody Kraft's going to be going to the line again. Mm-hmm.
wow, that's just
Jody's going to make that one. That's going to be 6 points for Jody. He can make it 7 here with this one. It's short and off to the right. Dakota Graham with the rebound. J.W. McGraw is going to take it to the hole, and he's going to get fouled. And I think it's going to be a foul on Zach Riley. It's going to be his 4th foul, so both Riley and Brinkmeyer have 4 fouls. Quick draw, McGraw puts it up, and we'll make it. Still 10 points.
Is this his first shot? The first one?
Yes. JW makes the second one too. They're going to get it into John Hatfield. He is going to drive, and they are going to call a foul on Caleb Bennett, it looks like. So Hatfield goes to the line. John's going to make the first one, and that's going to be John's 4th point. He's got 1 3-pointer and a free throw tonight for John. Make it 5 points. John gets both of them. 2:15 to go. Odessa tries to go inside to kick it back out, inside, back outside. McGraw with a 3, but no good. Rebound by Nichols, but it's going to get knocked away. And that's going to be a foul on Dakota Graham. and Jody Kraft. Jody Kraft will be going to the line. The foul was on Dakota Graham. First one's no good. And the second one's no good. Here's a three, but it's going to be an air ball. Trevor Lamb comes away with the rebound, and he will be fouled. So it's going to be Trevor Lamb, varsity, JV, and sophomore probably. Minute and 34 to go. Trevor Lamb at the line. Staley with a 11-point lead. 51-40. Trevor's second shot. Trevor's going to drop that.
Oh, that's a foul.
There's a three by Colby Nichols. And that will get it back to a 9-point game with a minute and 25, and Coach Kortner calls a timeout for Odessa to talk things over. As with a few more threes, they could climb way back in there, have to play some good defense, maybe a few fouls, but it can happen. We're going to take a break too. We'll be back in a minute. 1:25 to go. Staley with the ball on the baseline. And that's going to be a foul on number 5, J.W. McGraw. Trevor Lamb to the free throw line. Trevor with 2, 4, 6, 7 points here so far. Make that 8. Trevor, the one and only freshman here on the varsity team at Staley. And Trevor sinks the second one, and that's going to get it back up to 11 points for Staley. And a nice drive by J.W. McGraw, most uncontested, as Staley looks like they don't want to commit any foul. Of course, Zach playing with 4 fouls anyway, so he wasn't about to foul on that. McGraw with an open lane as he goes through there. Another timeout. We'll be back here in just a little bit. Okay, 1:16 to go. We're going to get the ball into Jody, and an immediate foul by Skylar Jackson. So Jody Kraft's going to be going to the foul free throw lane.
No, got foul. Got foul. Go, Joe!
In and out.
Yay!
Jody's going to get the second one, so that puts it back up to 10. A minute and 10, and a drive, miss, but bounces around. John Hatfield with the ball. Now John's going to go to the line.
John got foul.
Yeah.
5:22.
15. J. Baugh.
And it says he has 3.
He's got 3 fouls. Here's John's first shot. No good. John's going to make the second one. Keeps it at 11, and we are right at 60 seconds to play. JW with a shot, but it got slapped away either by Nathan Fulkerson or Zach Riley, one of the two. And we got 56 seconds to play. Get it into McGraw. He makes the drive, throws it up there, and it's going to be a foul on Dakota Graham. And looks like Nathan Fulkerson's going to be at the line. First one's up and in. We're back to 12 points, 45-57. 51 seconds to play. Second one's up and good. McGraw with the drive again, in, out. The rebound comes away. Odessa controls it. A three try. And it's going to be out of bounds. Valiant try there by Dakota Graham. But we've got 35 seconds to go, and Odessa's not giving up here yet. Well, they're not intentionally fouling. Evidently, they've accepted the fate in this game. They kick it way back out to Jody Kraft. Waiting for him to do something. 14-12. Kick it out to Jody. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it is over. And the Staley Falcons are going to win this game here tonight. 58-46 in the second round. And kind of recap the scoring here for you for this game. Tonight it's going to be Michael Brinkmeyer with 7, Zach Riley with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Looks like 16 points for Zach tonight. Really good game. Nathan Fulkerson 2, 4, 6, 8. Jody Kraft with 5, 7. Brian Young 2, John Hatfield 3, 4, 5, 6. Xavier Smith 2. Trevor Lamb 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 points for Trevor Lamb. Caden Leah for Odessa with 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points. McGraw with 2, 4, 9, 10 points for McGraw. Skylar Jackson with 2. Caleb Bennett with 5. Dakota Graham 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And Colby Nichols with 3, I think. I'm sorry, check on that. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Folks, that's going to wrap it up here tonight from the Grain Valley Sonic Showdown, as the Staley Falcons are going to defeat the Odessa Bulldogs by a score of 58-45. This is Grandpa Mike saying good night, and we're going to see you, I think, possibly Saturday night, as Staley will be taking on Pleasant Hill, I believe, here in this play. They'll be playing for 5th or 6th place in the tournament here. Hope everybody's enjoyed tonight's game, and we will see you Saturday night.